Borrowed our pal. Sit IT. Diane, Dwayne Happy's today. I'm quite excited actually because we're going to be making something today that helps us to find out about things that are heavy and things that are light. Oh, can't wait to show you. Right, well, shall we find out which day of the week it is and our tywydd? We have been at our homeschool for Monday. Today is Tuesday. Tuesday today, and it begins with a Tuesday. Here we go. Tuesday. It is Tuesday. We are still in Mehefin and Cymraeg in June. It's still the month of June. And yesterday was day number 8 in June. Now when we get really good with our numbers, we can start to think about which numbers come after and before a number without having to count. Can anyone tell me which number comes after 8? 8. It's number 9, isn't it? The 9th of June. So I'm going to do my number 9, draw an A, and down the line, 9, 9, 9. The 9th of June today. Oh, and it's exciting as well because Lenny's come to join us. He's very, very worried about the zoo and I've promised him we'll try and help him out. So he's going to stay with us this week and see if we can find a way to help him. So boys and girls, suck my tywydd heddiw. What's it like out there today? Suck my tywydd heddiw. Wyntog. Bwrw glaw. Gwmylog. Heulog a gwmylog. Stormus. Heulog. Bwrw eira. I think so too, Diane, well done. Right, well, in our story that we're reading this week, Dear Zoo, there are lots and lots and lots of different animals. And all those different animals come through the post in different sized boxes. And some of those boxes are big and some of them are smaller. And some of them are very, very, very heavy. And some of them are light. And that's what we're going to be thinking about today. We're going to be thinking about things that are heavy and things that are light. Right, just before we get started on that, should we have a little practice at some of that counting forwards and backwards we were talking about? So I'm going to hold up a number and we're going to count forwards a few numbers from this number, okay? This is 6. Can you count forwards a few numbers from 6? Well done, let's do it together. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Diane. Right, next number, see if you can count forwards a few numbers from this one. Are you ready? Well done, we've got 10. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh my goodness, this is a really big one. You might need your grown-ups to help you with this one. See if you can count forwards a few numbers from this. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well done, that's very tricky. Another tricky one. You ready? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well done. That is really tricky and that is something you can keep practicing and practicing with your grown-ups until you can do it just right. There we go. Right, well, would you like to meet the little friends who've come along today? We have a penguin. Sit there for me, penguin. We have a little elephant. cub and a little polar bear. So these are the 4 friends I'm going to be using today. And I'm going to show you how you can make your very own balance for weighing things at home. I've made one here. And all you need is one of these. I'm sure you've all got one of these in your wardrobe. A coat hanger. It needs to have either a little hole bit here or a little hook like this one so you can attach something onto it without it sliding off. So you're going to need a coat hanger like this. And then from your recycling you're going to need 2 little yoghurt pots. Doesn't matter how big or how small they are, but they must be exactly the same pots, exactly the same. Because when we're making our balance, we're going to put one pot on one end and one on the other. And so they have to be the same, so they weigh the same amount on our balance and they can hold the same amount of things inside. So what I've done with my yogurt pots is I've used some pipe cleaners because I had some pipe cleaners, but it works just the same if you use a piece of string. And all you need to do is ask your grown-ups to make a hole either side of your yogurt pot, in the middle, either side on one yogurt pot, and the same on the other. And then you thread your string through, or your pipe cleaner, to make 2 little buckets with handles. And again, it doesn't matter what you use, but if you use string on one, you must use the same string on the other. And it has to be the same length. So when you put your little buckets together, they're exactly the same. That's the only tricky bit here. And then the fun bit starts. So what we're going to do now is put our balance together. Now when I was playing with this earlier, I put it on a door handle. I hung it on my door handle so my hanger could move. But you won't be able to see that. So I'm going to show you hanging my hanger just up here. I'm going to attach it there. And then I'm going to put my little buckets on either end of my coat hanger. So one on this end, just under that hook there. Oh look, can you see already, because I've put something on this end and nothing on that end, my balance, my hanger has gone down. Now it's like a seesaw. If you've ever been on a seesaw in the park with your grown-up, as soon as your grown-up gets on, their end goes down and you go up in the air because the grown-up is heavier than you. So this end is heavier, just like a seesaw, and it's gone down. And if I put this one on the other end, it should help to balance my balance out. Look at that. So can you see? It's now level. So when it's like this, and my buckets are the same level, it means the things in my balance weigh the same. Does anyone know what's inside here at the moment? What have I got in my balance? Do you know what's in there? It's actually got air in at the moment, hasn't it? There's air all around us. So I haven't put anything in there. It's just got air in my balance. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that I am sorting out food for my animals in the zoo. And I'm going to use my little glass beads to be my pretend food. But you could use anything. You could use little stones, you could use pebbles. If you haven't got any little animals, you can choose to put anything in your balance and explore. You can even put liquids in. Try putting water in and see if you can make it balance. I'm going to use these. So I'm going to see if I can pop my polar bear in one end. I'm going to see how many of my little counters, my pretend fish for my polar bear, going to see how many of those I need to make it balance. So what do we think will happen when I put my polar bear in the end of my balance? What do we think will happen? Let's see. Here you go, polar bear. Oh, what's happened to my balance? So the end with my polar bear in has gone down because it's much, much heavier, isn't it? So I'm going to start adding in my little fish and see how many I need to try to make my polar bear balance. Do you think you can help me to count? It might not work perfectly, it works much better on a door, but we'll do our best. Are you ready? So 1, Still heavier. 2. Still heavier. 3. 4. Can you see each time it's moving slightly, isn't it? It's moving slightly because as I'm putting them in this end and this is getting a bit heavier, this is going down, which is bringing that up a little bit. Still not the same though. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's close. Shall I try one more? 7. Not quite yet. 8. Let's see. 9. Do you think that's balanced? I'll try one more. 10. There we go. What do you think? Oh, maybe that was too many. This end has come down now. Let me take one out. 9. I think it was a bit stuck on that side. I think that is about balanced. If I have a look along there. So 9 of my little pretend fish weigh about the same as my polar bear. If I take my polar bear out of that end and I keep my fish in here, shall we see what happens to my end with my fish in? Ooh! Now this end is heavier because there's nothing in there, only air. Goodness me. So I could write down, couldn't I, my polar bear weighed 9 of my little fish. And then I can have a feel. Right, so my polar bear, okay, he's not that heavy. Oh, my lion cub, he's much lighter than my polar bear. So if the polar bear was 9 fish, I wonder how many my little lion cub will be. Let's have a feel of my penguin. Oh my goodness, he's really quite heavy. He'll be more than 9. So I could try that out, see how many I think it is, and then see if I'm right. So have a go today at making your own balance, and you can try it with all sorts of different things inside and see if you can find out which things are heavier and which things are lighter. Have fun exploring. Okay, hwyl fawr, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.